I'm just making sure, man. I don't know, sometimes. Hi, everybody. Mason Rowley with WVCW here, talking to Geese before they open for King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard here on Browns Island. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves to all the lovely people we have watching at home. Just down the line.
I'm Dominic.
I'm Sam.
Hi, I'm Em.
I'm Cameron.
Max.
Incredible. Thank you all for talking to me today. I guess I just wanted to ask, you guys are about to play what might be the hottest show I've ever been to on the Browns Island. Are you guys prepared for the heat, being from New York? Is it, a danger?
We'll be all right.
So you guys are currently touring, or you're supporting this tour in support of your record 3D Country, which came out last year on the 1-year anniversary, was about a month ago. That record obviously draws a lot from a lot of country, boogie rock, like classic rock influence. You guys recently had a lineup switch that incorporated a keyboardist and had a guitarist leave the mix. Does that affect how you guys perform the music live?
Yeah, it does. I think we've had to kind of zero in on what the important parts of the song are and preserve those. Mm-hmm. And I think it's worked out okay.
That element of zeroing in, is that been a long iterative process in like the studio or on the road, or has it just been like a... Because you guys recently released a live album of a couple of songs, or a live EP, I guess, of a couple of songs. Was that a part of that stepping process, or was that sort of like a showing off of a final sort of product,
Well, that was taken before we went on tour. So that live album's actually kind of a nascent version of what we ended up doing. Mm-hmm. But it's still about that, we are sort of, I think on this tour, the last tours we've done, we were more emboldened to just sort of play off of one another and introduce a little more sort of split-second decision-making into the songs, have parts where they're always different, stuff like that. It makes it more fun to play.
Speaking of that kind of, live coordination element between all of you, you're touring right now with King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, who are, I would say, well, do you consider them to be super far from you guys in genre, or was it sort of like a kindred spirit meeting, or?
I mean, they play a different genre every time they release an album. So I guess we there might be more similarities between what they're doing on their latest record, and I think maybe we're drawing from similar pools. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So something I noticed when Mason gave what people may associate, other genres that people may associate your music with, and frankly I like all of your eyes kind of like glazed over, and all like something else I noticed is like on your Spotify account you have a 3D Country inspiration playlist that you might go to and try to like see what your all's explicit like sonic influences were, and then it's all like Lil Uzi Vert and A$AP Rocky, which seems like a very active rebuttal to being compared to other sounds. Is there a reason? Do you not like being compared to our specific genres, or is it like I don't know? Is that am I tapping into something here? Or is it...
I think you are hitting something, but I think it's two kind of unrelated things.
Okay.
Because we do really hate being compared to other bands. And, I think there's a certain aspect of, especially being a band from New York, just getting compared to other bands of the past that you don't necessarily have anything to do with. But also, that playlist was kind of a joke. It makes sense because honestly, the way that you put it, yeah, that's what we were trying to do.
So, if people talk, if in talking about your music, if you don't want other bands as reference, how do you want people to talk about your music?
I think just kind of for how it is.
Okay.
I think just like it's so easy to just be like, this sounds like a little bit of this with a little bit of this with some of this.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically in Washington, D.C., everyone thinks Cameron sounds like Eddie Vedder, but it's only in D.C.,
Okay.
so it's like you can listen to anything and find anything in it. And I think like when we started making music and continually make music, I think there's just a tendency to be like, well, this is a band from New York, so they must listen to the Strokes and the Talking Heads and Television, and we get grouped in with exactly that just by sheer location. I don't know. So I just I'd rather it be spoken about just for how it is, rather than just like, oh yeah, it sounds like they were borrowing something from this. It sounds
Sure.
like they were doing this. It's just, this is what it sounds like sonically. This is what it made me feel, etc.
And you don't have to answer this if it's a bad question, but how would you describe your music? I know like there's a departure between your two different albums. Like, what are you looking for, and what are you searching for when you make music?
I think when we make music, I think the biggest thing that we want to achieve is just something different, because we hate repeating ourselves musically, at least. And tour is really weird because when we used to release music, we could just release music and it would be out there and that would kind of be it. And now we have to tour these songs and be extremely comfortable with them. So just trying to find something that keeps a through line that is like some sort of Geese thing, while also being something that feels really fresh for us and feels really different, because it just keeps it interesting.
Yeah, Geese is not an amalgam of inspirations. It's just Geese.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Geese is whatever Geese is at that specific time, I feel like, because influences kind of shift and change over time.
I didn't mean to like hijack the interview. I have one last question. I have a question for Cameron. Your name's Cameron, right?
Yes.
I noticed you writing in your journal. You seem to have been inspired by something. I'm not going to ask you what it is, but I was reading your I guess are you the lyricist, or are you all lyricists?
I write the lyrics.
Okay. There is a inexplicable through line, I would say, through what I read. It's like very larger than life metaphor for whatever it is you're orbiting around. I like a lot of water, a lot of the sky, a lot of love. Forgive me if that's wrong. I guess, and me not being able to describe what it is you're going for in your lyricism, my question to you is, what are you going for in your lyricism?
Well, I'm going for, I'm going for as much, I don't know. I guess I just sort of like, I just sort of do it until it sounds like bigger than, it sounds like it didn't come from me, you know what I mean? It sounds like something that's sort of more based in this other world. But I don't know. That's kind of bullshit anyway. I don't know.
Sorry, it's a too broader question, but here you go.
You killed that, man. I got nothing else to say. Oh, one more. Yeah, why Geese is a name? And do you guys hear frequently about the other band named Goose? And do you guys get angry at comparisons between the two of you?
Never heard about that band before.
Incredible.
The name?
I think they're called Goose, and they're a jam band. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say that one. The name came to me in a dream, I think. I can't remember.
No, we know exactly what happened. It came to me in a dream. I don't know. I don't remember.
But thank you guys for sitting down and talking to us for this period of time. Yeah, go see Geese and King Giz on tour, man. It's gonna be great. This has been Mason with WVCW. This has been Geese. See you. Keep rocking in the free world, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come see Geese and King Gizzard. You know, we may not be the best band. But we may not be the best band, but we're still a band. And if you come to see us on tour, I promise that we will not be the best band.
I got something to say. We may not be the best band, but if you come to see us on tour, we may not be the best band.
Incredible.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I think that's it.